especially effective. Great.
FM 106.9.
Okay, welcome back to Rick's Radio Conversions. Today we've got Rob's 1940 Ford radio. This was an AM 6-volt radio that's been converted to AM, FM, aux input, USB with Bluetooth, and we're going to go over all of the functions for Rob. Trying to get some glare off of some of this stuff. Typically we don't have radios this big in the shop, so we're going to do our best to give this video to Rob, and I guess Rob is doing this for his dad as well. I guess it's his dad's car, which we think that's pretty nice. So this radio came to us, it had been worked on numerous times before, pretty evident, and we've done a couple of these before in the past. And we were not able to save the manual presets here, unfortunately. We tried about everything except for finding another radio. But that's unfortunate. So your push button selector here doesn't really do anything. You just kind of leave it on dial there just because for whatever. But as you heard earlier, I think we're on
FM 106.9.
And if you want to know what I'm doing there, you're also going to get a push button there, Rob. That you'll it hooks underneath there. You can run this up to the seat somewhere or on the dashboard. It's got a mount for it if you like. You can also oops, I want to knock the radio over. To do station voice assist, you can also do it by the volume control by going 3 times up.
FM 106.9.
I do recommend on the older radios, especially something as old as this, to use the push button when you need to. Chances are, if you're using this for streaming, USB, even the radio, most of the functions are going to happen here from the tuner, and we'll do a couple of channels here.
I
think that's one of our
FM 89.5.
89. Yep, so you can see we got full range of the tuner, which is always good on these older radios. So we're going to do the scan feature here. Granted, there's no presets, but if you were driving along, and once again, I'm sure driving a 1940 Ford alone, that alone is probably a feat. But if you wanted to do the auto scan, you'd press your push button 4 times. Or go up on the dial twice. So we're going to try and go up on the dial twice.
Scanning for stations.
So now we're going to scan digitally up the dial, or in this case down the dial. And we'll let it go a few stations there. Now typically if you had presets, and not even on this radio because they were all manually tuned with a screwdriver back in the day, but you can still, once you find the station. So we'll say you like that station, you go ahead and go to hold.
Station hold.
So now, whatever station that is, you would just move your tuner. You could leave it there since this is a manual, but you move your tuner. And I think we probably passed it already. The scan feature is a little bit touchy on this. Yeah, we only moved a couple of stations, but if you've seen the videos in the past, you kind of understand how the scan feature works. So that's pretty much it for the FM, AM. So typically there's a cover which Rob did not send us, and I probably need to order a set just so I have here in the shop. But there's a cover that goes over all of this and all you really see is a dial indicator, move the thumb wheels, and the push button. So to go to AM, so now we're in AM mode, and even though it's clear, it's kind of late. I don't know that we're gonna get anything. There we go. There's, if you want to know what station that was.
AM 1050.
And that's pretty close. We're on 10. We're on 1,000 right now, so that's pretty close. We'll go back to FM. So that's the AM and the FM function. The way we do the tone is, since there is no tone on this radio, you're gonna go ahead and let's get the volume up here a little bit. Press this button. Now your volume will be used as the tone. So that's full bass, and that's full treble. And we'll say right there we like. Now this may say volume hold.
Volume hold.
Volume hold. So we're going to go all the way down, and then once the volume starts to change, then we're going to go back up again. So the reason that we do that is, if you were to use your volume control as the treble, press this button and go all the way up to bass. So when you release that button, now you're actually on full volume. So that's why it says volume hold. You bring it back down to get into the lower audible, and you can kind of come back up again just like we did. So Rob wanted us to get a dual voice coil speaker in here, and we actually were able to fit in a 5x7 dual voice coil, and that fills the speaker hole very well. And we also have two additional speaker outputs that's not being utilized right now. We have the fader full on front, which is what the radio is going to be, and we're going to go ahead and go back to virtual fader. And what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to do that. Bring in all four speakers to kind of give Rob an idea of if you were to mount speakers under the seat, maybe somewhere in the kick wheel area. You know, there's not a whole lot of room in the car. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go back to tone. And now we're going to go on the dial twice down. Oh, that was balance. So when you hear the Easter egg or the kerplunk, when you hear the kerplunk, that's the null point. So right now, right and left is nulled out. We're going to go now, so we're still in the tone mode. We're going to go up on the dial twice. There we go.
Fader set.
Fader is set.
Volume hold.
Volume hold. Back down, back up again. So now that's using 4 speakers. Okay. Adding 2 more. And what we're going to do is we're going to get out of this because I want to give Rob the full effect of what he's getting in the today's state. But you can just kind of hear. Get a lot more done with, and these are 2 6x9s, Rob. What you're hearing in the rear side there. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to tone, go up, fader adjust, back to full fronts. Get a decent tone going. When you get this radio, Rob, this is auto detect for speakers. So if you don't have the other 2 hooked up, this is only going to detect the fronts, and you're going to hear just what you hear today right now. So that's pretty much all the radio functions, and I'm going to also write down all the instructions as well, but you can refer to this video to kind of get the hang of it, so to speak. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to do the aux input, and see if we can get everything in the picture here. Of course, being right-handed, it's never easy. So we have an aux cable hooked up, CD player, Sirius, whatever you want to do that has an aux cable, and that's hooked up for RCA underneath the radio. Go ahead and hit play. I'm looking through the video, which I shouldn't be doing.
Crazy, baby. Love you, man.
So now you're using the iPhone. Once again, I'm looking through the video, which I should not be doing. Probably some period correct for this radio. So that's the aux input. You want to stop it. You hit pause. We're having a hard time tonight. Or just disconnect it, one of the two. If you wait 20 seconds, the radio will go back to its last known radio position, or you can go off and then on again. So the next thing we're going to do is the USB, and you can't see it, but there's a dongle out the back that's about 6 inches. I also recommend getting extenders. I get all of mine now from Crutchfield. I was getting them through Amazon, through Taiwan. They weren't very reliable, so I'll just kind of put this as a thing for Crutchfield. I think this is a 6-inch, and then they also have various 2, 3, and I think one we got right now is a 6-footer hooked up. And they sell them in mounts. You can get a little mount under the dash, you know, those types of things. So we're just going to go ahead and you're going to get a USB stick like this. And there we go. So this is a 16 gig. I recommend not going any bigger than this, or even not even really to either 5 or 10, because that just takes the USB reader longer to read the music. So I kind of recommend folks to get the 1 to 5 gigs, you know, loaded up with whatever genre you like, and then keep 2 or 3 in the car. And you want to change genres, you just yank it out, right, and put a new one in. So a couple different things you can do with the USB. This will do sequential random play. I like the random play. You can even put them in folders. You can read the directions to do that. For me, it's even difficult. There's a lot of turning of knobs and things. I just like to put all the songs in one disc, one thumb drive, and let it rip. So if you didn't like this song and you wanted to fast forward, you go up on the dial. If you wanted to go to rewind, go down on the dial. If you notice, I go back and forth to the last position. If you did that, if you just did this, if you keep on doing it, eventually you get to the end of the dial. Then you gotta go back anyway. So that's the USB drive, and your phone does not play from the USB drive. It will charge your phone, but that's all it will do. USB sticks, no greater than 16. However, I recommend smaller the better. And you can also use your push button as well. 2 pushes on the push button will fast forward, 1 will do the rewind. And the last thing we're going to do here, we're going to do the Bluetooth. That's what everybody kind of likes. If you see the videos before, no different with this radio. So you're going to grab your volume control 2 times up on the dial.
Bluetooth ready to pair.
So you can either use the volume control or the push button.
Completed. Bluetooth connected.
I always allow the favorites to sync up.
From Verizon and get NFL Sunday tickets from YouTube and YouTube TV.
All right, and now we're going to go back to streaming.
A value of up to $449.
So we're going to go right back to what we were playing earlier.
$449 value.
Pass me by. I don't know just why.
So streaming.
I can't get you off my mind no matter.
Once again, fast forward up on the dial. So that's how you do the streaming. Now, once you're paired, there's a few different ways you can stop this. One, you can just hit your device. The other way is by just hitting your Bluetooth button. Once you have it paired and you want to pause the music, you just press and hold for 1 second. You see that there? It kind of went to the pause screen there. And then if we let it time out, so now it's timed out and gone back to the radio. Same thing again, if you want to continue playing, pause and hold it 1 second. Now if you wanted to do a voice command, a few different ways we can do this, and that's just going to slide and fall right down. So what are we going to do? We're going to get some props here, looking like using some wire. So you can do a couple different things. The easiest thing is to press and hold until you see you get a little ding dong thing there from your device, like this. What time is it?
It's 8:38 p.m.
So this is how you do your Google drive-by drive directions, the weather, answer phone calls, things of that nature. That's how all of those things work. You can also do that from the volume control, and that's going to be up twice. What is the weather today?
Thunderstorms are expected today. Daytime temperatures will hover around 91 degrees, with overnight lows around 72.
Totally not cool. So that's how that works. Once again, probably ought to try and go to something that's something that is a little bit less on the copyright thing there. So that's kind of it, Rob. I think we've gone over all of the devices and all of the different things that you can make things work. We're also going to give you a set of these 90-degree RCA jacks in case you need them to maneuver around underneath the radio there. But everything either comes out the bottom or out the back for the USB. Antenna plug is over here, standard Motorola antenna jack. I think you said you wanted it on the driver's side as far as the jack went. And we put the light in. I don't really know how much that's going to give you up here, but it is there. We didn't find a light area, and I don't believe the radio came with a light. I don't think anyway. Didn't find any remnants of a holder anywhere. Like I say, somebody has been in this probably more than once. Radio was not in the best of condition. We did do our best. Treated everything with .415 for the rust. Then primed everything, painted it black, except for the actual face here. It didn't want to hit it with a sandblaster. Was kind of afraid that we may have warped it on you, or worse, just the metal just kind of go away. Not the greatest metal back then, especially for the 40s. It's pre-war, but it's not metal like today, or the galvanization process. I guess that's probably the correct word I'm looking for. But Rob, we definitely appreciate you having a lot of patience with us as we built this. I know it's been a while, but we're happy to do it for you, and we'll be getting this out to you very soon. Thanks for watching. How far is it to the moon?
The average distance between Earth and the moon is 238,856 miles.
Nope, there you go.
A very specific job. We ran some ads on the
Financing our mortgage.
Digital. It wasn't a catalyst.